Did you know that your best wholesale supplier can literally be down the road from you and you don't even know it? This is going to be part 3 of a 5-part video series on how to find wholesale suppliers for both Walmart as well as Amazon. So getting into this, we're going to see how you can find local suppliers for these sources. Let's jump right into it. All right, we are in part 3. Starting here with the obvious one is just searching on Google, literally wholesale near me, become a distributor near me, become a dealer, keywords like that, putting them into Google. So I'm just going to throw that out there like right away, and that'll take you places, generally not very efficiently, but occasionally something will come up. That's number one. Number two is just, brainstorming yourself. Think about things that you've bought at stores that you know are local to your area, to your city. Maybe there's a specific type of non-perishable food item or a bath and beauty item like a soap or country store type of a brand, and maybe they're not on Amazon. Just search the brand name in Amazon, see if they're there, see if they're not. That's number 2. Number 3 here, this is really what I want to focus on for this video, and that's actually using the Better Business Bureau website, the BBB. So you're going to search through here. I do not live in Ann Arbor, but I use this as an example city so that I'm not giving away my own local places. If you do live in Ann Arbor and I just spoiled it for you, I'm sorry. But yeah, so you can literally just look up wholesalers and distributors. You can look up anything specifically. And if there is an LLC that exists or a corporation that exists, and they're registered, they're going to fall into your search results. And so I did this just to save time. I went ahead and pre-did some of this. And one of the ones that came up here, you're going to find several that are actual like manufacturers, and that's going to be way more difficult because you don't necessarily need something branded for you. You don't need a supplier in that way. You need a brand that already exists that you can, help increase their sales and get their products, if they're not already on Amazon or Walmart, get them there yourself. And so one of the ones that stood out to me is Bird Brain. So I went to their section here. They don't look super popular. You go to their website, they've got some pretty unique products, like little gift things, very like handmade type of products, which is cool. But a lot of times, you're not going to get very aggressive pricing with stuff like this. And when it comes to volume, this is something where you might run into issues where maybe they can't make some of this stuff as quickly. But the other side of that is generally, if this brand is recognized, people, they might be searching for it on Amazon. There might be a small demand, small enough to where you can leverage the platform to then grow the audience a little bit. But usually it's not going to be overwhelming at first. And so they've got some time to adjust to the increase in volume. It's not like it's coming out of nowhere. And so right away, just from the Better Business Bureau site, going to their wholesale section, I was actually able to get their pricing list. They're very transparent about it. And then if you pull up their stuff here on Amazon, at least, there's not a ton of their products that are on here. And you could look at this as, say, a negative thing. Or if you analyze the market itself as a whole, you can view this as an opportunity. This is a company that has some of their products on Amazon, and they're not doing a phenomenal job. And really, this is my favorite type of a company to work with. Not one who's already selling 300 units of something a month and they've got 30 sellers, but someone who has 1 or 2 sellers and they're doing a very crappy job. Those are my target market, because I can take the experiences that I've had from previous businesses that I've worked with where I've helped increase their Amazon sales and showcase that to them and be like, hey, let me basically take this over for you or assist you in doing this, and don't let anyone else on board, and you can get the same results that these other companies have had, and you can establish some exclusivity with brands like this, and you can help grow. It does require a little bit of money out of your pocket, or you can agree to have them, pay for a lot of the costs for advertising and stuff to help increase the brand on these platforms. So Bird Brain, that was one easy one that I came up with. The next one here, now I have an account with them, and if you go through these products here, it's Mabel.com, and I'll have a link in the description for this as well. But if you look at these are pretty decent looking brands. It's not like they don't know what they're doing. They seem somewhat established, right? And if you search a lot of these into Amazon, a lot of them are already selling themselves on Amazon, and they're doing okay. Others are on Amazon, and they're not doing so hot. Others are not on Amazon, but there's actually like a suggested search, like for instance, SIP. There is search volume for them. However, they're not on Amazon. And so this is something that you can use when you're negotiating with the brand. Don't be one of those guys that just buys their stuff without permission and starts selling it. That's going to ruin it for everybody down the line, and eventually it's going to come back to bite you as well. So take the initiative, show professionalism, and reach out to these ones. Have a little report ready and be like, look, I've done research on your company, your brand, as well as the marketplace on Amazon or on Walmart. And here's the opportunity that I see for you. Here's what I recommend. We can do this together, or I can do this for you, and give them the option. But one of the ones that I found here is over here. They're on Amazon themselves. So you see they're trying FBA here, and they're doing okay. I know, Jungle Scout says 4 sales, Helium 10 says 1 sale. But if you come down to where the actual sales have happened, they've done about 10 sales in the last 30 days. The profit margin for this, I want to say this product ends up being like $6. So there's, about a 50%, a little bit over 50% ROI that you can expect on this, which is not terrible for wholesale. The ratings are good-ish. It's always questionable with beauty type products. But if you look at their listing here, they really don't have anything special. Their photos are incredibly plain. They're all white background, which obviously you need to for the first one. But there's so much more that you can do with these here. And then their video, if you watch it, I'm not going to show it here, but it literally has nothing to do with their product line whatsoever. It's totally random. And so you see effort, you see that they're trying, and this is something that they want, right? They have brand registry, you can tell. And so they're putting forth the effort, and they're doing all that they can, but they're just not very good at it. And so this is where, this is one of those companies where personally I would really target them and try to work with them to be able to either be one of the only other sellers on the listing, maybe set them up as FBM in case you run out of stock or something like that. That way you're not directly competing with them, and try to better the listing, show them what, give them a time frame, let's say 90 days, to be able to go from 10 sales to 50 sales in a month, or 75 sales, something that's worthwhile to where they're actually making more by having you sell their products. But then, they're going to have repeat customers, and more people are going to know about their brand. So that's one of the suggestions that I'm going to make. And one of the things that I found just from using a big, a B2B type of a marketplace. Fair is another one. And companies that are on marketplaces like this, they're there because they want to broaden their reach. They don't want to just be the local company, right? And so I don't know if it says where these guys are from. Yeah, from Belleville, Illinois. They want to be outside of just Belleville. They want to be in these other areas. We own a CBD brand, and I'm on several of these other things like this where people can buy my stuff wholesale, even though I also do wholesale, because you're able to leverage other people to buy and sell your stuff so that you can still produce revenue and gain profit, as well as brand awareness, by other people accelerating your brand growth. I always recommend just taking that personal approach where you're reaching out to them either via email. Most of these have phone numbers where you can call people and really just set the tone right from the very beginning with what you're about and what you can do for them. And that's really going to help you. So just to recap here, step 1 is just Google things near me, wholesale near me, distributors near me, become a distributor, become a dealer, play with the keywords a little bit and see what comes up, and then filter through the results manually. Number 2 is just brainstorm yourself. think about unique products that you know that you only see around your area, and then go look them up, find out where they're at, and then go have a conversation with them as well. And then the third one here, use the Better Business Bureau. Look up companies. You can do it specifically by location. You can do it by type of company. There's so much you can do when you're doing your searches. And so you can use this as a tool as well to find ones to work with. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Go ahead and drop a comment if you've been able to do something like this. Let me know what your experience is like so that others can see the benefit that comes from having that personal approach with local brands and growing with them, as opposed to just jumping on the bandwagon, and the advantages that come from that. So if you guys got value out of this video, don't forget to share this with your family and your friends, and then subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate you all, and I will see you in number 4 out of this 5-part series.